discuss the new Nikon D7500, and boy, where do you start? I can't figure out what Nikon was trying to do with that camera. I think what they were trying to do with what I think most people can agree is a pretty big failure. I think they were trying to come up with a camera to compete kind of with the 4K, a low-cost 4K camera for video, and still make it viable with some of the better APS-C photography options. You know, I'm a Nikon fanboy. I've got nothing but Nikon equipment, and the trouble is that you can't really justify it. It's hard to really make a justification for it. I mean, everybody's pissed because I don't even know where to start. It's hard to even make this video, but I think one of the big problems is this camera does not fit in the D7000 range of cameras. No dual car slots. You can't use the older lenses with it, the real old lenses, manual focus type lenses, and AIS or whatever the hell they're called. Just a lot of things that are not, you're taking too much of the stuff away that's always been on the D7000 series. So that's their first mistake. They should have come up with a whole new name or series number for this new DX camera. The D7500 does not fit in the D7000 series of cameras. So that's their first mistake. It's a wrong name for it. They should have come up with a whole new series of cameras. The other thing is, and this is Nikon and Canon both. Like I say, I'm a Nikon fanboy, but I'm going to be real honest with you. Nikon and Canon, you both better get your ass in gear, because Sony is going to kick your ass. They are kicking your ass as of right now with the release of their new A9 camera. And you know, listen, Nikon, if you compare the A6500 Sony that's already been out for 3 or 4 months with your new D7500, they're the same cost approximately. There's no comparison. The A6500 just mops the floor with you. It's got like 425 hybrid autofocus points, 5-axis in-body stabilization, touchscreen. And used to be you could kind of count on the focusing being a little better on the upper end and the better quality DSLRs, but Sony's really got their act together on the focusing. And now that hybrid, if it's truly, from what I understand, it's got a hybrid autofocus, which is supposed to be similar to what the D70, or is it, excuse me, whatever the Canons are, the 70 and 80 series. Can't remember what letter they've got in front of those. But anyway, they've got a hybrid autofocus. And now Sony's got the hybrid autofocus on their D6500. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys, Sony's going to kick your butts. If you hadn't been in business so long, and if it wasn't for the fact you got more lens offerings, but that's going away pretty quickly, especially if makers like Sigma and Tamron are offering their new lenses in Sony mount. You guys, you better do some major rethinking, and you better figure out a way to compete with Sony, because they're quickly becoming the market leader. They just got in this game 5 years ago, and they are becoming a dominant force. I'll tell you right now, before I bought a D7500 for $1,200, $1,250, I guarantee you right, I think the Sony A6500 is $1,250 B&H right now, same price. It's not good. It's not good. So you better quit playing. You and Canon both have been playing like you're the market leaders, and Sony's trying to catch up. Well, they're kicking your ass. They really are. It's time to come up with with axis stabilization, in-camera body, in-body stabilization. Freaking cats. Your focus systems are starting to fall way behind on Sony. Like I said, I think that A6500, I think I read it's got 425 focus points. And it's all pretty much automatic, but you know what? Evidently it works pretty good. And that new A9 looks like it's a fantastic camera. I don't know what to tell you, but like I said, I'm a Nikon fanboy, but if this trend continues and you guys don't get your head out of your asses, Nikon and Canon both, Sony's going to mop the floor with you guys. I mean, seriously. 2 more years, and Nikon's already hurting, and Canon and Nikon both are going to be hurting if this trend continues. I mean, Sony is quickly becoming the market leader, without question. And I was a strong proponent of mirrorless, but I've stuck with DSLRs. But Sony is really... Anyway, this video is long enough. I've said what I want to say. You should have come up with a whole different... That camera does not fit in the D7000 series at all, the D7500. It's not a D7000 series camera because it doesn't have some of the core features that all the D7... You can't take stuff away that was on D7000 6 years ago on this new D7500, like dual car slot. You can't do that. People are not going to buy it. They're just... You should have made a whole new series of cameras to put a whole new offering in, because it just doesn't fit in the D7000 series. That's a big problem. You should have named it something different. And the second thing is, it's too little. It's too little, too late. It doesn't compete favorably with the Sony camera in the same, and it doesn't really compete that well. It has that 4K. This is where Canon has fallen behind too. Canon doesn't have a 4K offering in their APS-C cameras, but people are still going to want probably a Canon over the Nikon just because of the hybrid focusing. You guys have got to get hybrid focusing. You got to get in-body stabilization. You got to get in the game, or you guys are going to go out of business. I truly believe that. 8 years from now, there ain't going to be a Nikon the way things are going right now. So this is your warning. This is a shot over your bow, because Sony is, they're quickly becoming the camera manufacturer to beat. People haven't realized it yet. A lot of people are jumping ship. And when you got loyal fans of your cameras like me, you're forcing me to the Sony cameras because they're just becoming a better product for the price. So get it together. Get it together. Get your act together. Suffer the consequences. And that's all I got for you.